Today we are going to see the aftermath of 1,500-mile-an-hour passes on my Limitless GT. The body didn't fare so well. The RC did awesome, as you guys could see from the last couple of videos. But the chassis, we're going to go over a few things. Basher Queen's carbon fiber, the steering from Basher Queen, the top plate, the shock towers, everything did pretty good. My body mounts in the front, I'm probably going to bring it up one more mark. The back, I can't go up anymore because they're maxed out, but on that last rip, they didn't seem to rub in the rear. Let me get this body off of here, knocking everything over. But got some batteries, the bashing batteries for my Outcast. As you guys know, we're going to put a Max 5 in that and a Coke can motor. But I want to get this up off the table because I do have foams on it. So I don't want the foams to get a flat spot. So I don't want the weight of the RC sitting on it. So I'm going to check my front diff. As you see, it's still doing well. The scorched RC drive shafts are doing phenomenal, nice and smooth. We're going to have to change out the Game Changer fan. My rear diff, you can see how loose. This is something I wanted to show. Look how loose my rear diff is and how tight my front diff is. I do this on purpose. I want this RC to drive off the front wheels to pull it straight, and the rear, I want it to diff out and keep it stable in the rear so the rear doesn't want to kick around. So I'm mainly driving off these front tires. Now the corners of all my tires rubbed a little, but I can tell the contact patch is very flat on my foams. So my alignment did perfect. I ended up throwing in the Reefs RC. This is the 400 SC brushless steering servo. And you don't really need a fast steering servo, but the steering servo I had in here was glitching out really, really bad. On top of the body rubbing was creating an issue. So what we're going to do is get this thing over here. I got a lot of RCs on the table, all these Reef wheels. But what I want to go through, I'm going to get the towel put down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all this foam cleaned up. I'm going to go ahead and get all this tape taken off. Since this is almost rubbed through and it hasn't, this side did. There's a small hole right there. All the other ones have not rubbed through yet. I noticed the right side, this side, is heavier than the other side. So I'm maxed out on my springs. Somebody was saying don't raise the body, just stiffen up your springs. The springs are maxed out. I'm pretty much all the way up in the front, maybe a couple turns left, but the rear all the way up. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to repair this body. I'm going to repair this hole. I'm going to drywall tape, and then we're going to shoe glue it, and then we're going to patch up the color. So I'll probably clean it, sand it, and patch up the color first on the ones that that didn't go through, and then on the one that did go through, we'll patch up what we can with the color, and then the hole I'll touch it up on the outside. Either that or after I drywall tape it, because I'm going to shoe glue it and drywall tape it. I'll put a piece of tape on the outside. When I peel it, it's going to be flush, and I might just throw some decals over the rear fenders to cover up the damage. The front, hopefully just painting it will be okay. Not going to be perfect, but it'll look good. I mean, it still looks good now. I don't really care about the little marks on the fenders, but I don't want rubbing and I don't want holes in the body. So I think I have some more of this red paint left over. I might, but let's get this stuff peeled off of here. This was just my fix to kind of get through the testing, because I needed the 3-4 hours of testing. My speed run season is here. The weather's here. So I don't want to miss out on any time. I want to try to get this RC dialed in, and I want to get my 150 mile an hour record. My personal best, my record. Now, seeing what this thing ran on 4S, I might just make some more rips on that road on 4S, because if I can hit 130 on 4S, I think that's a pretty good accomplishment with this setup. I don't know what the record would be on 4S, but running those worn out batteries that I have, and getting, 102 mile an hour on speed gearing that I have set up for 8S is kind of got me interested now. But first thing I'm going to do is wash the inside of this body, and we'll be right back. Okay, I have some PS2 red, and I'm going to just touch up these corners. Probably still gonna leave some black from the tires. But that's okay. Yeah, a little black from the tires. But we're going to let that dry. I probably could have just sanded out the areas, but like I said, it's a basher body. My main concern is going to be filling this hole. I can spray the color on the outside if I want it to really touch it up, but we'll see. We'll see how it looks. But I'm going to let that dry. We'll be right back. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is grab some tape, and I'm going to tape the outside of the hole this time. We're going to tape it nice and tight so it contours the body. So what I'm trying to do is pretty much make sure that no shoe goo or anything gets on the outside. We just want it on the inside. And then I'm going to take some drywall tape. We're going to make some patches. Now this has a sticky side, and I'm sticking that downward over that hole just to reinforce that hole. Now we don't want this too thick because we're already having trouble with the body rubbing. Now once I've got that stuff in place, we're going to grab some shoe goo. Make sure you use your old one first. I know it's not going to be enough, so grab a new one as well. I like to roll them up so that we get everything out of it. Oh, that's glued together. I use my finger just to spread it evenly. You should put on some rubber gloves. Now I'm just trying to push it into the drywall tape while keeping it flat. And then I'll go past it a little bit just to ensure that the drywall tape won't come out. There we go. We're going to let that set up. Hopefully that'll smooth out. Normally I don't go over it after because it'll self-level, but that might have been too tacky. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll self-level, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we let it dry overnight. Now I'm going to peel this tape, see how the patch came, see if there's still a hole there, if it's going to pull this shoe goo out. I probably should have put some tape behind it. There we go. Filled that hole nicely. So the hole is filled now. There's no hole there, which is good. Air won't come through. Got it patched on the back side. And then I patched all the other ones because they were getting really thin. So this will be 100% my speed body now. So you can see how well that patched up. Our biggest thing is not letting air through. I don't want air to escape. So now that's done, throw on my little patchwork. That's how I'm going to fix the front. There we go. All patched up. See how well this body fits. Make sure my slots are still cut. There we go. So, a little shoe goo, drywall tape. Got the Corvette speed body all patched back up. Ready to go out testing. But the next thing I will be doing is, let's get this off. Now that the body's fixed up, I'm going to go ahead and get these fans swapped out. I'm going to go ahead and throw on these low profile fans and call it a day. So I'll put 3 on the motor. This is the 3-into-1 by Game Changer. So we'll go ahead and throw the 3 onto 1. I do have a 3 Game Changer RCCR. Throw that right on there. Take the carbon fiber single, put it on here, and we'll get those fans put on. So we'll get back out on Sunday, and we will do some more testing. I'm going to bring a 4S battery. We'll run it on 4S. I'll bring a fully charged 6S. We'll run it on that. And then I'll bring the 8S and see if it survives the 4 and 6. And we're still not past that 130 mark, 130 miles an hour. We'll go ahead and throw 8S in there, take some power out of it, because that road will only support 135. So I want to make at least 135 mile an hour hit on that road, and possibly faster. If we can short track it and get the speed up, then it'll go faster. But we'll find out. Definitely don't want, with all the tires rubbing, it's definitely taking power out of it, and I was fighting that all day. So now that I've got it going straight and the tire's not rubbing, we did have a little rubbing on the front, so I still got to work on that a little bit. I'm probably just going to raise it up a little bit more. I can't raise the body up anymore. I got to get the suspension down a little bit, but I got to keep the rake, because I got to keep the front lower than the rear so that I'm not backflipping. But there we go, guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys on my next video. Delta Plastics for the win. We'll see you guys later.